Now, the message that I pulled this out of was a message all about legacy. And I gave these 4 aspects of legacy. Enosh had a legacy of worship. Enoch had a legacy of walking with God. Lamech had a legacy of hope. And Noah had a legacy of righteousness. And I was going to call this Nephilim a legacy of weird, just to keep with the legacy theme. And then I changed it to a legacy of wickedness. And then I just decided I had to cut it because it distracted from the message and there wasn't enough time. But the real question for us now is, what impact does this have on us today? And why don't we see things like this today? Why does it seem so strange to us? Why aren't there big giants roaming the earth? So let me answer those in reverse order. The reason we don't see anything like this today is answered for us in 1 Peter, 2 Peter, and Jude. The powerful sons of God who did these things in ancient times and created the Nephilim, they're locked up. They can't do it ever again. They're awaiting their final judgment. But we do know that the spirit beings the New Testament writers call demons are still active and working behind the scenes against God's mission. So there are still rebellious spirits out there. They're still doing things, but the ones that did the really outrageous stuff, they're locked up and waiting for the final judgment. So Paul says in Ephesians chapter 6, a final word, be strong in the Lord and in his mighty power. Put on all of God's armor so that you will be able to stand firm against all the strategies of the devil. For we are not fighting against flesh and blood enemies, but against evil rulers and authorities of the unseen world, against mighty powers in this dark world, and against evil spirits in the heavenly places. So there is a very real behind-the-scenes spiritual battle going on. The worst of the worst who interact with humans in a very physical way, they have already been locked up. And that may be what's keeping these other evil spirits, rebellious spirits, from doing the same thing. Because as soon as they do that, maybe God will lock them up as well. And our directive is to put on God's armor, to stand firm against their strategies.